Erik ten Hag Man United sack latest, final decision made, Thomas Tuchel deadline, new contact. Hello Manchester fans, welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Erik ten Hag remains a man under pressure and at the centre of discussion. After 5 straight matches without a win for the first time in 5 years, Manchester United have been teetering on the brink of yet more change. After the heavy defeat to Tottenham, Ten Hag seemingly had 1 week to save himself, delivering a not entirely satisfactory but ultimately good enough pair of contrasting draws against Porto and Aston Villa. With 2 weeks to prepare for the visit of Brentford and Thomas Frank, the spotlight has remained on Old Trafford. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his Ineos Sporting ownership group are thought to have discussed Ten Hag's position as coach earlier this week at a regular meeting for senior figures. The timing coincided with yet more serious questions over the Dutchman though. In the aftermath of the highly publicised meeting in London on Tuesday, Ten Hag now expects to be in charge come next Saturday's match against Brentford. The game will pit Frank, one of the many managers considered over the summer as a possible replacement for Ten Hag, against a man in need of victory. Very little has come out from the meeting, suggesting that Ten Hag is safe for now. It is also understood that Ten Hag is of the assertion he will be on the touchline for the next match. He has taken the international break as a chance to have some time away from the club, leaving England on a brief holiday, before being set to return, having been Ratcliffe's preferred candidate to take on the mantle if Ten Hag left over the summer. Thomas Tuchel is reportedly in negotiations with England. The former Chelsea and Bayern Munich boss has long been linked with taking over the national team job and contact has now been made. Bild reporter Christian Falk claims that the Football Association, FA, are now in talks to land the German. England are still continuing with Lee Carsley as interim boss for now. The FA are considering their options before making a permanent appointment. Other names tipped to be in the hat are Eddie Howe and Graham Potter. Tuchel has already been lined up by United again after talks over the summer. He is said to be open to coming in mid-season and has had contact with the club. Man United pushing to re-sign former Engine, who plays like MAZRAOUI. Manchester United have not made a good start to the 2024-25 Premier League season. In fact, Erik ten Hag has led the club to its worst ever start to a Premier League season, surpassing his own record from the previous Premier League season. Does that sound repetitive? So does this interminable cycle of struggle that the theatre of dreams have been embroiled in over the past decade. That said, Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe's arrival is hoped to be the watershed moment that will move United back into the limelight, in time. Perhaps Ten Hag will turn things around, but much needs to happen for this to occur. One surefire way that he could get the club back into form could be to advocate for the signing of a former player who has since gone from strength to strength. Indeed, the Red Devils are looking at completing a deal. Man United looking to re-sign star. According to Portuguese outlet O Jogo, Manchester United are interested in signing Álvaro Fernandes, who departed Old Trafford for SL Benfica at the start of the summer after the purchase option was exercised. The 21-year-old is also attracting interest from Spanish heavyweights Barcelona and Real Madrid following his fine performances in Portugal, but United inserted a buyback clause upon selling the defender and could now make their move. Manchester United are close to finalising a new and improved contract with a player the Red Devils fully intend to build their team around, according to a report. 2024 has been a turbulent year for Man United, with the joy of lifting the FA Cup tempered by producing their worst ever start to a Premier League campaign, 8 points after 7 matches. However, one particularly bright spark over the last 9+ months is the emergence of midfielder Kobbie Mainoo. The 19-year-old is already a regular starter in Erik ten Hag's midfield and forced his way into England's starting 11 at Euro 2024. Mainoo is contracted to Old Trafford until 2027 with the club holding an option for an extra season. But per the latest from the Manchester Evening News, Mainoo is close to agreeing a new deal despite only signing his last one in February of 2023. Talks between Man United and Mainoo began in March and fast-forward roughly 7 months, only the finishing touches remain before the club officially announce Mainoo has resigned. Per the report, Mainoo will receive a deserved wage rise and Man United's plan is to build their midfield around him for the next decade and beyond. Kobbie Mainoo tipped to become all-time Man United great. Mainoo broke into Man United's first team plans around the turn of the year and has gone from strength to strength since. The teen sensation memorably helped Man United defeat bitter rivals Manchester City in the 2024 FA Cup final. Mainoo scored what proved to be the winning goal in the 2-1 victory and scooped the Player of the Match award. Mainoo has rightly received acclaim from pundits within the game, though he's also making a huge impression on his own teammates. "Talking about Kobbie is like talking about a big legend," said Amad Diallo in September. "At his age, he is so good, he is an amazing player, a good person, I'm very close to him. I think he's going to be one of the best players in Man United's history." Ten Hag's sack latest after Fernandes drops clanger. In other news, Team Talk can reveal Man United's board have informed Erik ten Hag his next 2 fixtures are crucial to determining his fate. The Red Devils will square off against Brentford in the Premier League at Old Trafford on October 19th. That will be followed by a trip to Turkey to face Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce on October 24th. Elsewhere, United captain Bruno Fernandes appears to have inadvertently dropped a clanger when heaping praise on a manager who's been tipped to replace. Manchester United have earmarked Sporting Lisbon manager Ruben Amorim as a potential candidate to replace Erik ten Hag at Old Trafford, Giving Sport sources have revealed. The Portuguese tactician is firmly among several names United chiefs have placed on their radar in recent weeks, alongside Brentford boss Thomas Frank and Thomas Tuchel. Amorim is one of the managers the Red Devils continue to admire amid a slow start to ten Hag's 3rd season in charge, which sees United sitting 14th in the Premier League after 7 rounds, marking their worst start to a top-flight campaign in 35 years. The Dutchman has seemingly avoided the sack for now, with Man United bosses not informing ten Hag of any updates regarding his future following a 7-hour board meeting on Monday. However, another string of poor results could soon prove to be the final straw for the former Ajax boss, who now faces a more favourable schedule to try and turn things around, starting with a home clash against Brentford on October 19th. Thanks for watching.